Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of War. We're going to be moving a bunch of material today, but first we're going to add on to the plant. And you can see I've already made a couple changes in between episodes. Pulled this hopper out and just replaced it with a conveyor. And I've got a merger here, so I can dump. I've been moving some material with the front loader. We can just dump in there. It's about quarter full. And yeah, we're going to be using the front loader quite a bit. The rope shovel is just, it's fun, but it's super inefficient. It takes forever to move material. So I'm going to use that now and then, probably mostly to move coal. But we're going to do the bulk of exposing this face here with the wheel loader. But before we do that, let's get this set up so we can make some ingots. I want to turn the metals into ingots. So as we run this, actually let me just go ahead and turn it on for a little bit. We're going to end up with a few things. No, we got plenty of coal. Ooh, that's loud. So we're going to be getting metals coming out through here that get extracted from the pay dirt. Then we may occasionally get stuff out of here. I went ahead and put that all in there. So we want to turn that stuff that'll smelt into ingots. So I'm thinking we will bring, if I can get it up over, bring this conveyor over here, merge these two together, and then we'll have some smelting over here. And we're not going to make like sheets and beams and all that stuff. I just want to turn the metals that I can into ingots and have that automatically get processed, and then we can sell the ingots or, you know, ship them out of here if we're role playing a bit. So now that that's ran a little bit, let's go ahead and turn that off. And you can see we get a little bit of gold ore stuff here. As far as I remember, you still have to do these by hand, unless that's changed. So I know we keep building this, but I'm gonna rebuild it again. That's part of the fun. It's just iterating and redoing your ideas. I kind of wish it would save the zoom level when you save your game. Then we want to grab this stuff all out of there, and I could just smash it and it would go in my inventory. So I think it may be more trouble to get up over the water, so we'll start there. Also, I'm going to supports here because that's going to bother me. Then let's get this stuff all down here out of the way, and we're going to need at least a left-hand piece. I have a right-hand piece, but let's go to factory conveyors. So give us a left, and then we're going to want probably an up 4x4. And then maybe a straight 8. We'll see how that goes. So we'll come left off of there and then up like that. Actually, we don't even need to go up that far, do we? Make that a little more gradual if we wanted to. So if we go back to conveyors, let's do this one. Yeah, that'll work. Is that actually that goes up? It's just a longer slope. And then we could probably just come right back down again. So if we go up here to a down 8x4, basically come right back down. Let's take a look at our production. So we're going to need a smelter. We also have the smelter, which will do iron, copper, silver, and then what was the high temp? Was that aluminum? High temp does iron, aluminum, and oh, it does do silicon. Okay, cool. So since we don't really have any sorters, we'll probably just kind of cheese this. don't think we can sort out. Then we have the shaker. I don't think we can sort out the stuff. I don't remember exactly how I built my plant in the old map. I think I was doing it where I would dump differently. Oh wait, no, we have the high temp sorter. I forgot about that. That's how I was doing it. We have the high temp sorter. Right. Okay, so we'll have the high temp stuff. That comes out the back. That'll go to our high temp smelter. But we want these to join up. So let me get my right hand on here. So is that at the level? Kind of trying to eyeball this. So we need to come out at least one. And I haven't planned any of this out. So it's a little convoluted. Now, technically, we only need to come out one, I think. So let's do that. Come out one and then turn right. And then, yeah, then we're actually at the correct level for this. So let's do a down 4x4. Already had one of those. Well, now we have two. And that's, ooh, but that's not going to be at the right. Not going to be quite at the right level. So maybe we will do the up 4x4. And then we'll need a straight, like probably straight 4, something like that. Maybe a straight 6 because it needs to be back 1. I'm just guessing here. This could be wrong. All right, we're going to go up and then across. Yeah, that's not right. So if we are coming down, that's 2. We need a straight 1. One section. 2 meters, 1 section. Then does that put us into the water pipe? No, it actually sits right on there. And then we can have our left-hand turn. I already used my left. Yep, I need another left. Then we're at the right height and the right location to basically merge these together. So how many blocks do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 blocks. Oh, that's not going to work out quite right, is it? All right, we can make it work. So we need to come in here and we need another merger. I want that to go the other direction. Means I have to snap it onto that one. All right, fair enough. And then we need a straight. Perfect. So now we should have any metal or whatever coming through here, and then we can go into our high temp sorter. I believe that comes out the back. That's about the right level. Sort of. Okay, and then let's have a right-hand turn. Do I have any of those? Get rid of these for now. Conveyors, right-hand turn. Yeah, I have to do a lot of digging, aren't I? I wonder if I could do this with a different down. So they all, I guess they both come down 4. It's just a matter of how far out they go. So let's try it with one of these. That puts us out further this way, which may make us, yeah, there we go. That's less digging. I like that. So the ground is kind of sloping away here. So I'll have to clean this up a little bit, but you get the idea. And then this will go into our high temp smelter, which I haven't bought yet. And we also need a regular smelter. Blam. All right, we're gonna need to do some digging. So I may try to level some of this out with the dozer. We'll kind of get an idea of where we need to be. I can't snap to that, huh? Well, we'll stick that there as an approximate location. Then we need another left-hand conveyor. And that can come into our normal smelter. Something like that, so that if we push some dirt over this way, we can level that out. And then we can merge those together into a storage. So let's get rid of that. Let's put a block. Can I get a block here? I can through a convoluted means. That'll be our reference for where it comes out. Let's get rid of this and let's get the dozer down here. And see if we can do a little work. Get that leveled out somewhat. Push some dirt a little bit downhill for a pad for the smelter. I'm running the wheel loader. I like having the simple automatic transmission. With the dozer, I may want to switch back to sequential. So it's a little easier to control. So let's just do that in the settings. It was in general, right? Yeah, gearbox. Sequential. Kind of wish you could set that per vehicle. Alright, let's see if we can get this to bite in. Try not to run into that. Whee! May end up making more of a mess than anything. As long as I'm having fun, that's all that matters, right? Alright, we'll get a little more of this pushed over, and then we'll go around the other side and kind of push it downhill a bit. And we're just sliding around. Alright, now I want to come all the way around to the side and push some of that downhill to kind of sort of make a pad for the second refinery. Sorry, a little bit distracted by work. Trying to record this real quick on a break. Waiting on some stuff I have to do later today. Well, a team member was pinging me. See if we can get some of this leveled out a bit. Alright, let's see where we stand. I don't know if that's anywhere even close, but we'll see where we're at. With the old shovel whack. We moved some dirt, I know that much. Alright, we're going to need our down. No, it was the other down, wasn't it? That down. Then we had our high temp sorter. We had our right hand. And we had our left hand. And we had our high temp smelter would go over here. And the other smelter would go right there. So yeah, we didn't get much dirt underneath that one. Got pretty close on this one though. Thinking these should have a concrete pad under them. That would be appropriate. So let's get a little bit of a trench here, and then I'll probably just be moving some of this out by hand. Although that is quite a bit. If I get it kind of trenched by hand, I can move some up with the dozer. This is quite a bit of dirt. Might be just as quick just to do it by hand. Alright, let's see if we can get a concrete block over here for reference. So that's our reference point right there. Oops. This is one I wish I would have built on the grid. It made some of this a little easier. Diesel does sound good idling back there. I'll give it that much. Come on. Alright, something like that. Let's bring the right hand. Yeah, there we go. Sitting on the pad. That'll work. Then we need this guy to come over to here-ish. So, like that. We'll see how that looks. Alright, let's slap that back on there. Yeah, there we go. Kind of looks like it belongs there now. Of course, I can do tweaking and smoothing and stuff by hand here to Get that all right. I'd kind of like it back off the blocks. And then I'm thinking these could just come together into one storage. Would be fine. So we'll need a left and a right. It'll be interesting to see how much power we're using now. We just added a lot of stuff to the network. But we've got, I think, 3,600 kilowatts from the power plant, so that should be fine. I think we're going to be good. Alright, got you guys coming together, and then if we get a merger, which is 3, that kind of works out perfectly. So I wonder if we could just stick the storage in the middle there. That's not a bad idea. So if we snap to there, stick a storage on there, perfect. Not even clipping into anything. I like it. And we need some supports over here, probably some catwalks, whatnot, but I think that will do it, as long as I did this correctly. But that's the smelter. Alright, cool. Let's go turn this thing on. See if it works. Oh yeah, we're only using 1,600. We are good to go. We are pumping stuff into the atmosphere like madmen. So let's get one more block. Under there. We get boxes and just stuff, so it's gonna be kind of goofy. We don't really have like sorters and stuff to make it correct, quote unquote correct. Let me do this. I'm gonna throw a. Oh crap! I forgot that was the thing. Whoops. Yeah, I should probably set up an auto cell for the dirt, but we'll see. I'm pretty happy with how this works now. I'd have to get the dirt out of here earlier in the chain. I didn't really make provision for that. But also, we need, like, buttons. Like, I want a button to start and stop this. That would be great. I need to kill that power. And then fix this down here. I forgot the conveyors will just spill out onto the ground. Which if you want to make a big tailing spile, you can do that. Send your dirt into a big tailing spile. Oh, I forgot it just melted. It doesn't actually make the ingots. Whoops. We got more to do. I just see I've got a melted gold bar in my inventory. That's no good. Can't put that in there. Yeah, I totally forgot. We got more to do. You need to get out of here. I have to have the ingot press thingy. I forget what it's called. And we are going to shut you off now. Yep, so we need the merger and then need the, yeah, what's it called? Conveyors, no, production. It is called a... Called a what? Probably already went through it. That makes the bars. Oh no, that makes ingots. They're called bars. Okay. Used to roll melted metals into bars. That's what we need. We need one of those. So what happens if we do that? I'm doing all this so I can put a piece of wood under here. Right there. Saw this mountain of dirt that I was pumping out. It's amazing how much you forget when you don't play a game for a little while. You'll play a bunch of other stuff. We're just pumping out melted metal. We need to put that into ingots. Okay, so we have our merger. Do we have room to put that in here? Let's find out. I could actually make this a whole floor. Those down. Then we have the bar roller. And then do we have room to stick a storage here? Maybe. I need to go to buildings, rough concrete, get some more of these guys. Then there's the storage. I mean, it kind of fits. It does kind of fit. Of course, I'm stuck now. We can jump out here. So I need to get these bars back in the pipeline. Can I? I don't think I can put those in here, can I? Oh, I can. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, all this crap, except the dirt. I don't need the dirt in there. Return dirt. Consume. I don't know if that will... Does it... Oh, it turns it back into ore, maybe? I'm not sure. But anyway, let's fire this back up and we'll see what happens. It'll either work or it won't. Hey, we're getting gold bars. It's a good start. Let's throw all that dirt in there. Then we should get, I think we'll get ruby and diamond ore. And everything else will get turned into bars. All right, cool. That is working. That took way longer than I anticipated. Let's move some material. Yeah, L11's just been sitting over here, patiently waiting. I do need to set it back to transmission, simple automatic. I know, I've ran a wheel loader for 4 seasons, but they're just so darn good. It's the one machine in the game that works really well. You can turn on our lights. No, it's not dark yet. And this is all coal, even though some of the textures are slightly different. But I've been doing some blasting with some Dramite, just to get rid of the dirt overburden. In case you're wondering why the landscape looks that way. Right, let's get back over to here. So they call this dirt. we should get the dozer over here and just move a bunch. But for now, we'll just dump it over here. That'll work. That gives the butt end of my wheel loader a little more room to work with. As we head into the side of the mountain. We got plenty of coal for power. Starting to really get into the pay dirt too. Whee! Yeah, that didn't really work. I'll try to scoop up some of that dirt. You used to be able to keep these things steered, I thought, when you got out. Oh, there it goes. You just have to hop out. Yeah, I was trying to get this kind of back a little bit so I could get some more concrete blocks on here. It's for a little more of a pad as I'm turning around. So I don't know how high up the pay dirt goes. So I haven't really decided yet how exactly I'm going to build this mine. I just want to kind of attack the face of the mountain. And may eventually go back to the rope shovels at some point. We get like a big face opened up we could go along. Might make sense. But the way the game works at this point, you just can't beat a wheel loader. Until you get into the really big excavators. And playing solo, these things just work super well. Look at all this pay dirt. Ready to see some money start rolling in. We've been spending a lot of money. Now, I put that conveyor there, so now I'm trapped. We'll have to go all the way around. I'm gonna go refuel. I'll just drive this thing. It drives just as well as the fuel trucks. Slower vehicles, of course, we can use the fuel truck. This guy's pretty fast. Even though it's a little bumpy. May want to invest in a roller. There we go. And I wonder if I wanted to be cheeky, I wonder if I could drive back over the conveyor. Use my bucket. Uh-oh. Mistakes were made. Come on, big girl. Get over there. Yeah, that might have been a boo-boo. Whoops. What if we kind of nudged it with the rock truck? Does that work? I don't know if I've ever tried that in this game. You don't have like tow ropes or anything. let me get the nose on it a little better. Alright, I think we're going to be okay, but let's not do that anymore. Let's try and get all fancy. It did sort of work. Not quite in the way I envisioned, though. Just look at all this pay dirt. You gotta love it. I need one or two more layers of concrete here, and we'll continue like building out this pad and adjusting it as we go. I can always add conveyors and, you know, move the hopper as we move into the mountain. Their pad sorted out a little bit, and we'll go see what we got in the storage. We should be getting some decent stuff. Hey, level 38. Nice. And also I need to check the the new skill tree. I know we discovered some things when I hit when I was digging that fuel pit. Let me go back over and see if there's anything there I can take advantage of. Got a bunch of dirt, that's for sure. Why is that falling out? Or is that just part of the block? Oh, it's overloaded. Oh, are they simulating that now? I didn't think that was a thing. Yeah. But how would you fix that? Because these are all separate. Unless you made these all separate power units. You know what I mean? How would you not have two feeding into there? Unless you separated out the grids and had like dumps and, or what are they called? Chutes and hoppers. Interesting. Oh, because you're still trying to put out dirt. Oh, I wonder if it's because that got stuck in there? Something stuck in there that's messing things up? Maybe that was my fault. Turn that back on and see if that clears out. It might have been my fault putting that stuff in there. Yeah, I think that was my fault. That stuff was stuck in there. You get this cleared out already? Nice. Alright, let's throw that in there. So now it's draining that little bit. That's all drained. So now what happens if I put these in there? Does that mess it up again? No, it turns into boxes and magically works its way through the system, I think. Wow, did we already process all that stuff I dug? That was quick. And that's just a single speed conveyor thingy. I need to get some catwalks so I'm not just running around in here. Oh, look at that! Got all kinds of stuff. Stick the diamond and ruby down there. That's awesome. Alright, let's see what our profit's going to be, and then we'll get some stuff set up to do the diamonds and rubies at some point. I do want to do a little more work on getting this stuff set up. so it looks somewhat correct. Yeah, I need a big old kill switch. So we can just turn this off. Well, I mean, I guess I've got so much coal. It doesn't necessarily matter. Not really trying to save coal at the moment. All right, let's go see. We are at just over 1 million, 1.12. We sell all this. A stack of dirt's worth 14 grand. That's not bad. The gold, there's 34,000. Nothing super amazing in here. Of course, you can turn this into products and make more. I did that last season, so yeah, I know you can do that. It's going to be okay. We'll keep that. Yeah, we made what, 70 grand? Not too bad. I need to move a bunch of material, and we'll see how it goes. But the plant is pretty well set up now, I think, for just processing this mountain. We'll see how it goes. We've also got this over here. I need to tackle that at some point. I'm not sure yet. I might end up buying a conventional excavator, but I may try that. May try this one as well. Let's just hop in here real quick. Because this one you can actually go down and dig, into the ground. So we might try digging some of that. Probably better off using the controller. We'll go ahead and track this over here, but we'll tackle that in a future episode. Need to wrap this one up. Thanks as always for watching. I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.